Hello students, in this video we will discuss chapter number 5, periodic classification of elements. In class 9 we learned that matter around us is present in the form of elements, compounds and mixtures. Elements are made up of only one type of atoms. As we know, till date 118 elements are known, and the properties of each and every element are different. Out of 118 elements, 98 are naturally occurring and rest are synthesized in the laboratory. As different elements were being discovered, scientists gathered more and more information about properties of those elements. As the number of discovered elements increased, scientists found it difficult to organize all the known information about the elements. So, they started looking for some pattern in the properties of elements for the classification of elements, and so that they could study large number of elements easily. We have learned about classification of plants and animals in 9th. This classification helps us to study vast number of plants and animals in short period of time, and also it is quite easy. Even when we go for shopping in any mall, we can see all the things are sorted and arranged at a particular place. For example, grocery section. In that, each and every items kept separately. For example, soaps, food items are kept well arranged and organized so that we can easily get the required things. This saves our efforts and time also. Similarly, our scientists made several efforts to classify elements according to their properties. The earlier attempts for classification of elements helped for grouping the elements into metal and non-metal. So, earliest attempts were based on the classification of metals as metals and non-metals. Various attempts were made for the classification of elements was based on the acidic and basic characters of their oxides, metallic and non-metallic nature, and different physical and chemical properties. Currently, modern periodic table is used for the classification of elements. We are going to study the various attempts made by different scientists to classify the elements and modern periodic table in this chapter. So, let's start. In 1800 century, only 30 elements were known. In the year 1817, Johann Wolfgang Dauberner, a German chemist, tried to arrange the elements with similar properties into groups. He also identified some groups and each group had 3 elements. So, he named those groups as triads. So, this Dauberner has grouped 3 elements and he called those groups as a triads. Tri means 3. So, in one group 3 elements were there, and so it was called as triads. Dauberner showed that if 3 elements of the triad were arranged in the increasing order of their atomic masses. So, basis was atomic mass, and when the elements were arranged in the increasing order of their atomic masses, then the atomic mass of middle element will roughly be the average of other 2 elements. So, he made triads, that is group of 3 elements, and when the 3 elements were arranged in the increasing order of their atomic masses, then the average of first and third atomic mass of first and third element will be equal to the atomic mass of middle element. This was the basis of classification. It is also called as law of triad. So, this Dauberner's law is also known as law of triads. We can see here For example, lithium, sodium, potassium was a triad. The atomic mass of lithium is 6.9 atomic mass unit. Atomic mass of sodium is 23 unit atomic mass unit, and the atomic mass of potassium is 39 U. If we take average of atomic mass of lithium and potassium, we will find it equal to the atomic mass of sodium. So, here the average of atomic mass of lithium and potassium is 22.95, which is approximately equal to the 23 atomic mass unit, that is atomic mass of sodium. So, this was the Dauberniers law of triad. He made many efforts, but he could find only 3 triads with similar properties, and which follows the atomic mass rule. Out of 30 elements, at his time 30 elements were known, and out of that he could classify only 9 elements, that is 3 triads he could find, which follows the law of triads. The triads were lithium, sodium, potassium, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and calcium, strontium, and barium. But as he could identify only 3 triads from 30 known elements, so his classification was not found useful. The drawbacks of Dauberniers classification was, first one is he could identify only 3 triads, and various elements with similar properties could not be grouped in triads like iron, manganese, cobalt, nickel, copper, which has similar properties, similar physical and chemical properties, but yet could not be placed in the triads. Despite all these drawbacks, the efforts of Daubernier did not go in waste. His efforts encouraged other scientists to correlate the elements with the atomic masses. Then in 1866, John Newland, an English chemist, arranged the known elements in the order of increasing atomic masses. So after Daubernier, another scientist came, John Newland, and he also arranged the known elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses. At his time, 56 elements were known. He started with element having lower atomic mass, that is hydrogen, and ended at thorium. Here in table 5.3 we can see Newland's octaves. Newland observed that every 8 element had similar properties to the properties of first element. So what he did, he arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses, and he found that every first and 8th element is having similar properties. Newland observed this analogy with the octaves found in music like do, re, mi, or sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, sa. So first sa and 8th is also sa, and proposed the law of octaves. It is known as Newland's law of octaves. So based on the musical notes, musical octaves, he proposed the law for the classification of element, and that was known as Newland's law of octaves, which states that when elements are arranged in order of their increasing atomic masses, then the properties of every 8th element are similar to properties of first element. So this was the Newland's law of octave, which states that when the elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic masses, the properties of every 8th elements are similar to the properties of first element. In Newland's octaves, properties of lithium and sodium were found to be same, we can see in the table, and sodium is 8th element after lithium. Similarly, beryllium and magnesium were found similar in the properties. But it was found that the law of octave was applicable only to the lighter elements, that is up to calcium. Calcium is having atomic mass 40 unit. After calcium, every 8th element did not possess similar properties to that of first element. And so, there are some limitations of Newland's law of octaves, such as it was applicable only up to calcium. Newland assumed that only 56 elements exist in the nature and no new element would be discovered in the future. But afterwards, number of elements were discovered and whose properties did not fit into the law of octaves. Also, in order to fit element in his table, he adjusted 2 elements in the same slot, but also he put some unlike elements under the column. For example, we can see cobalt and nickel. Cobalt and nickel are having similar properties, and those are placed in column as fluorine, chlorine, bromine, which have very different properties than the cobalt and nickel. And iron, which is similar in properties to cobalt and nickel, has been placed far away from cobalt and nickel. As a result of this and many other problems, this theory failed to get acceptance from the other scientists. Therefore, the attempts for classification was continued. In 1869, just after 3 years of Newland's law of octaves, Dmitry Mendeleev, a Russian chemist, became the most important contributor to the early development of the periodic table of elements. So, after Newland, Dmitry Mendeleev came and he gave classification of element, which was considered as important contribution for the classification of element, and he is known as father of the periodic table. So, Dmitry Mendeleev is also known as father of periodic table. He also got Nobel Prize in 1906 for his contribution. He arranged the elements on the basis of their fundamental property, the atomic mass, and on the similarity of chemical properties. When Mendeleev started his work, at that time only 63 elements were known. He examined the relationship between the atomic masses of the elements and chemical properties. So, the basis of his classification was atomic mass and the physical and chemical properties. For chemical properties, he concentrated his study on the compounds formed by various elements with the oxygen and hydrogen. So, he concentrated on the oxides and hydrides of different elements. He selected hydrogen and oxygen because hydrogen and oxygen are very reactive and form compounds with various elements. So, he studied different oxides and hydrides of different elements to know the chemical properties, to find out the similar chemical properties. The formulae of the hydrides and oxides formed by an element were treated as one of the basic property of an element for its classification. So, he considered oxides and hydrides as a basic property and also atomic mass. Then he took 63 cards, and on each card he wrote the properties of one element. He sorted out the elements with similar properties and pinned the cards together on the wall. We can see here table 5.4. He observed that most of the elements got a place in the periodic table and were arranged on the basis of increasing order of their atomic masses. So when he considered oxides and hydrides and wrote properties of different elements, and he pinned all those cards on the wall, he found that the elements which are having similar properties, which are placed in the table, are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic masses. He also observed that there occurs a periodic reoccurrence of elements with similar physical and chemical properties. So he observed the repetition of similar physical and chemical properties in his periodic table. On the basis of these observations, Mendeleev formulated the periodic law, which states that the properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic masses. So Mendeleev gave periodic law, which states that the properties of elements are the periodic function of their atomic masses. Periodic means repetition of same physical and chemical properties. And hence, Mendeleev became the first chemist to be able to organize all known elements in the tabular form. In this table 5.4, we can see Mendeleev's periodic table. The columns has elements which shows similar chemical properties and known as groups. So the columns are known as groups, and rows are known as periods, and rows are known as periods. In Mendeleev's periodic table, elements are arranged in the increasing order of atomic masses, but at some places he put elements with slightly higher atomic mass before an element with lower atomic mass. So the elements with similar properties could be grouped together. For example, we can see in this table cobalt having atomic mass 58.93 atomic mass unit placed before nickel having atomic mass 58.71 atomic mass unit. Similarly, the tellurium is placed before iodine. Tellurium having atomic mass 127.6 and it has been placed before iodine. Atomic mass of iodine is 126.90. Mendeleev left some gaps in his periodic table for those elements which were not discovered at that time, and this was the biggest achievement of his classification. So in his periodic table he left some gap for the elements which will be discovered in future. He boldly predicted the existence of some elements, and thus many scientists were inspired to discover the unknown elements. Mendeleev named those unknown elements by prefixing a Sanskrit word eka to the preceding elements in the same group. So he predicted those elements, he predicted their properties also, and as real name was not known, so he predicted those elements by prefixing eka, Sanskrit word eka. Scandium, gallium and germanium were discovered later, have similar properties to eka boron, eka aluminium and eka silicon respectively. So scandium is eka boron, gallium eka aluminium, germanium eka silicon. So Mendeleev predicted these three elements and their properties and gave them name eka boron, eka aluminium, eka silicon. Afterwards we replace that name with the real name that is scandium, gallium and germanium. So scandium, gallium and germanium are the elements which were predicted by the Mendeleev. Another extraordinary success of Mendeleev, which made him father of periodic table, was seen when the noble gases were discovered in the late 1800. These noble gases were discovered very late because they are very inert, means non-reactive, and present in extremely low concentration in the atmosphere. When these gases were discovered, they could be placed in a new group named zero group without disturbing the existing periodic table. So this was also a achievement or extraordinary success of Mendeleev, that his table did not get disturbed due to discovery of noble gases. But still there are few limitations of Mendeleev's periodic table, such as discovery of isotope. Isotopes have similar chemical properties but different atomic masses, and the Mendeleev's periodic table was based on increasing atomic masses. So all the isotopes could not be placed in the table. Second limitation was the place of hydrogen. Hydrogen could not find any fixed position in his periodic table, as hydrogen is having electronic configuration like alkali metals. With this, just like halogens, hydrogen also exists as a diatomic molecule in H2 form, and also it can form covalent compounds with metals and non-metals. So hydrogen position could not be fixed in the Mendeleev's periodic table. Another limitation was atomic masses do not increase in a regular manner. So it was difficult to predict that how many elements will be discovered between two elements. So this is all about early attempts for the classification of element. Thank you and have a nice day.